Their team fight power is just disgusting.
It's not only such a good spot for it, but a pick like Kai'Sa or a pick like Nico is crippled by the silence.
And she's melee, so you can kind of take good trades if you're good with your spacing, but oftentimes when it feels like, you know, I think she was just a better top laner at this moment in time, the Nars can kind of just get abused.
Yeah.
In some of these lanes like this. You know, at level 1, his ability to lifesteal isn't huge, but at least it keeps him relatively happy. We do have a Pantheon coming in, and Barrel's just dead, so all this talk about Barrel's fiddlesticks and their winning lane state and stuff like that.
Been a little bit here and there with that one, but Sponge going to contest this. But it's 2 for Dplus, and they can just dip out. They won't get the full 3, but they get the feature strength contribution.
That's really what you're there for.
Not many champions can walk up to you now. Rich.
Shoot, about to get his ult, and the ult just misses, so, I mean, they can still go for it with Permafrost, and Rich, yeah, he's gonna bounce straight into a Sejuani, and you see his reaction. He is not happy. The timing on that gank was great. Look at the flash timer on Rich.
They would take 2 full waves and be like, no, 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 this is to help you.
Yeah. We gotta push this in real quick, like, come on. We're diving top, and we're diving bot. Rich in a lot of trouble. I think he's just dead. But the top lane, oh, he's able to trade back, actually, on a Barrel. But Xiu, he is tanking it up, but actually LazyFeel sticking around for the kill, and he gets taken down. Traded out as well by Xiu.
And this is much more significant. LazyFeel dying feels really bad. You would much rather your support die in turn. So from...
Oh, meanwhile, this time I don't know if he can outplay this one. He is going to dash, but yeah, one more auto with the soldier gets it done. Yukal takes him out. So Xiu not enjoying himself very much. All right, well, Xiu, he's been through this before, right? We do have an ult, and it's when he's in the mist. Now we have Pantheon showing up, but a little bit late to the party. I think it's still okay. No mist. Sponge gets the kill, and there you go. Now LazyFeel, he went the wrong way. And he's going to cleanse there at the end.
Yeah, not sure how he ended up in that position, but...
Blast coned over.
I'm wondering about the intent, Brendan. I'm wondering why.
He was intending on going over the wall. Yukal going to dodge the ult.
Thank you, Brendan.
Yeah, no problem. Just clearing that up for you.
I mean, this is pretty good for DRX, all things considered. They lost the Herald anyway. I don't think you get away... Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
Just to get the cone size right. Just don't be wrong.
Don't be wrong.
Yeah,
make the right cone.
Set him for Dragon here. Barrel has a great angle.
I'm not going to spot him, though. But they have control of Banana Brush, which is going to make this much better. The Fear comes in, and that's a very interesting Nico ult. He has to flash away just to survive, I guess, using that ult. But now it's just a flip, and it does go to Sponge, as now Barrel goes over the wall. A lot of low health bars there on the side of DRX, but they get the Drake, and they get out, so...
But letting and then Barrel,
we're just ulting on aiming here. He's going to have to flash away, and now we get a big team fight. Lucid is really not landing those ults today. In comes the Pantheon and saves him from Showmaker, who has to bail, but LazyFeel, super low, gets flash and smoked, but Lucid is pretty much dead.
You're dead, Lucid. Just take the Heartsteel stack.
Yeah, get the stack.
Or do him.
Get the stack. Okay, well... Instead of that, he's going to go down anyway.
You know, I'm just aiming as Rich.
He is
gold,
he is rich, yeah. He isn't rich, but he's rich.
Right.
At the moment.
Okay.
You can just TPing in. Like, why isn't it like BGs or something?
I think that'd be copyrighted by the BGs.
Yeah, that makes sense. We're diving Xiu again, and yeah, I think he's just dead. Even Gwen can sustain against that, but now they're just going to start Otacon. First smite already used by Lucid. They want to just get this one down as soon as possible.
I think they should have it.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of pings to fight here. Like, maybe Ondel just jumps in, but he's alone.
No.
So, just give it away. So, yes, they kill Xiu, but...
They get a kill, and they get a tower, and they lose Otacon.
Like, maybe you get your Leandries for Yukal, and you try to fight for some of these Drakes that are coming up. Like, yes, it's Chemtech Soul, but...
Also removes the chance of you throwing at Otacon.
Tech Drake.
Yeah, not much they can do in this situation. I mean, the damage that came through, the fact the Sponge is chunked, and just the threat of the team fight power. Enough to force them away. But looking to get a tower mid, I don't think they have time to do this, especially not against this composition. Okay, he's fine. If you look where the gold is, Yukal doesn't have his second item yet. Showmaker already does. Lucid is down 1,000, but he's a Sejuani, you know?
Yeah.
The Shroud, and
yeah.
You're like, yeah, I'm fine to do this.
Pretty much everybody. And now they're engaging on the Sejuani in a really bad spot. A huge amount of damage into Sponge, who is just CC'd, not able to put the shield up. Barrel, weird spot for him. Rich is going to jump in. The rest of the team was backing away. The rest of the team was running away. You had already lost the guy.
Maybe Rich hasn't encountered much Fiddlestick support in solo queue. It'd be good. They have Smite.
Yeah, there's nothing really they can do without the Pantheon, who's still not alive. 1 second, and that's exactly when the Baron goes down. So DK, they were just hanging out in their jungle. They were just doing the wolves, and DRX are like, you know what? Take us down. And by the way, bonus Baron on top of it. Why not? We'll give you that on top if you call right now, 1-800-DRX.
That's pretty short to be a phone number.
And this quote-unquote counter pick also not feeling too good.
Are you surprised that the Gold King is that far ahead of everyone else?
No. It's just the way it goes.
This is just getting chunked here, though.
Yeah.
The Shiru
finish, and now here's the engage from Andal. Catches 4, but nobody, not a single person follows up. Shiu, meanwhile, frontlining. And he's just going to go down. Still advantage here for the side of DK. Oh! And the double Q and the double ult. They both flash over the wall just to get away. It was pretty far in the enemy jungle, so they weren't able to quite follow up right away.
Does mean that with Scare Soul, though, not much you can do about that one. Sponge does have ult. I don't think he's going to be back in time to try and suicide for the steal. This will be secured by Dplus. Barrel getting a lot of value out of the ult, because I think he just stopped any follow-up.
It like bounces off the wall for some reason, and
yeah.
In the face you're like, what the hell? It's not even supposed to do that.
I really deserve to take 110 damage at level.
Yeah, you count. That's that arm guard. Gonna come into big effect, and now losing a bit of trouble. He is being chunked down, but now Barrel comes in, saves his jungler, and keeps the team alive, does a bunch of damage. Now the follow-up, though, on in, and a big sweep from UCal might be enough, but Shiu finally able to show up, but I don't think it's enough for the team, as Lazyfield got in the back line and totally cleaned up the entire DK team. As Lucid, he had to abandon ship a long time ago. He's not in the fight anymore. Does Shiu get out here?
He does have Chemtech Soul active.
He's just gonna dash into the turret. So dies to Andil, which is good. And yeah, they killed Pantheon, and then their damage dealers were just able to do whatever they wanted because nobody had any CC left.
Now DRX have the Baron.
It's free Baron.
And I kind of get the vibe they'll look for that just because. No other reason.
That is the theme of today.
Yeah.
Be engaged just because.
Yeah. You could not fight, but why would you do that when you could fight?
Yeah. It's a lot more fun to fight. This is a game of violence, okay?
It's just still mind-blowing to me. This team was 5-1. And now we're 5-7.
They were 5-1.
Yeah, they were 5-1. And now, pretty big gold lead opened up, about 5,000. And with Elder in a minute, this is not the time you want to suddenly fall behind significantly. I want to see him do it. I want to see him just go for it.
All eyes on Barrel.
There we go.
He's doing it. He's going to get a big one. Catches the front line, but it is Sponge. He kills Andil, though, and that's the big takeaway. UCal at least able to sweep them away. But again, the timing of this is the most important bit because we have Elder up and available.
Yeah, some low health bars as well, so I think you should feel confident to look for this. Sponge has got flash and ult. He can make it into this if he wants. Yukal's going to recall on TP. TP comes out from Shiru. He's just picked up a Shadow Flame.
Yeah.
It's all in for the Elder flip.
Well, that's challengers, baby. We do need a jungler for DRX if it's going to be a true flip. Instead, they're just turning on a Rich, and he basically gets 3 into the wall. Showmaker not going to go down, though, and Lazyfield is so deep he just dies. Although they do trade it here for Showmaker. Lucid getting low himself, but the follow-up is just not there. Sponge by himself has to flash away, and aiming might just look to solo the Elder down. A little bit of help from Lucid. And they should be able to get it, even though they're a bit injured while they're doing it. Shiu also going to just take him down. GA available, and still give the kill over to Shiu, his second of the game.
Yeah. That's the thing, is there's so much durability in aiming's build, because he has the Bloodthirster and the Shield Bow. Whereas for Lazyfield, he's kind of glass cannon. You know, he has the QSS, but didn't do anything from there.
And then you don't need the QSS.
So smart.
So maybe wasted gold on the QSS.
The thing is,
not exactly.
they don't have Baron, so
I mean, the wave clear is it's okay. Oh, very nice angle here for Lucid. That's going to be an easy cleanup on a UCal. And now your wave clear of the Azir is gone. So now, looking for the end here is DK with 40 seconds of Elder buff. Not going to get the knock up here on a Rich.
That looks like DRX are a little bit too timid to contest.
It's just a Baron. And they only lost their mid inhibitor. You can get a lot of pressure, take down 2 inhibitors, and use that to get the second Elder. That should be like the safe game plan.
Yes, the second Elder. They definitely...
Yeah. It's coming up in two minutes.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Just keep getting objectives. Just keep going. Just keep stacking up those objectives. Never have them synced.
Yeah. Being as important as it is. Like, we have a decent amount if you look around, but feels like maybe even an Elixir would be better in that spot. Just going to go for the Elder here is DK.
Can make a stacking up his Q.
Beryl, weird spot, has to flash.
That's big.
Flash down, Lucid taking damage too. Poke War going the way heavily of DRX already. And now it's DRX that have position. Anja looks for the engage. Again, no follow-up though. And now we have it going to the Gwen of all people. Lazyfield going in. They try to take out aiming. And they will get him down to his GA, but that's not enough to win the fight here. As the Elder buff will just execute everybody. And they only got aiming's GA, and that's it. DK will push and probably just end the game.
It feels so anticlimactic, but how did the Gwen get the Elder? I'm going to need to see that again. No doubt we'll be seeing it in the post-match breakdown. But, you know, UCal, Sponge, and Rich, none of them use flashes. To be fair, a lot of summoners still available. It kind of felt like once the Elder was gone, the wind went out of the sails of DRX, and they really did just sort of flop. Dplus, over the course of this game, they were generally ahead, but there were some throws here and there. They will close out the game and go to a 1-0, but it's still not the convincing wins we'd hope from Dplus. But a game win they sorely needed. Very short-range composition. And in terms of engage options, it is kind of just either Xin Zhao run of them or Sion charge in. Not ideal. Also, playing Lucian, like everyone's like your carries a short range into an Annie in a straight fight.
Yeah, just a tad bit, just a wee bit. Meanwhile, this time though, UCal's gonna get over here first. Lucid does have to flash.
That being said, if it's about joining the fight first.
Yeah. Rich ults Siu, who now is gonna flash away and is incredibly low. Showmaker just looking for that angle though, trying to bait them into this one was DK, and it will be very successful. UCal not able to help them out at all. Showmaker 1v2 essentially, but he does have Tibbers, so 2v2, I guess you could say. Meanwhile, we get a stun here on the Beryl a couple of times.
Blaming me, Brendan.
And then it went into Ocean and Mountain, right? And then we had Hextech. Maybe we didn't have Hextech in the last game, actually.
Remember how we had that Chemtech bug?
Chemtech. But now the culling comes out, and Beryl in a rough spot has to flash. Lazyfield a bit low, so he can't really force that one.
Yeah, a bit low on mana as well.
Yeah. Stuff like this.
Why would you do... Oh, Brendan.
It's an accident.
Making a mess.
Well, we're
Speaking
fighting.
of making a mess.
We're actually fighting. And DK are like, no, never mind. I was just kidding. And TP comes out, and now they engage after the fact. Ondo, though, is going to get away. Nice kick here on a Sponge. And DK will get the first kill. It is a Cloud Soul, in fact. Ooh, that's going to miss. Lucid going in, taking a bunch of damage, but Lazyfield is low as well. 1Q takes him out, follows him on the flash. As UCal desperate to do the damage, but aiming is essentially a tank compared to all these low health members, trying to land a stun, but he just flashes away.
Will Lucid do it?
No, yes, he will. He actually will. He's still at flash. And that's why. And now he's got another Q, gets the execute. And Rich, the only one to get away from him.
Jace is surprisingly tanky because you get extra resists from when you're in melee form.
Yeah.
And then you just shock blast to clean up.
Trying to engage here. They don't have flash on aiming. He's just going to try to dodge it, but he just gets chunked. 100-0. Down he goes. Showmaker in a bunch of trouble as well. It's 2 kills now to DRX. And a nice turn from DRX. Yeah, should be. I mean, DK, we'll see if they do challenge this. Lucid just hanging around, just going to kick, but he's not able to get in range. and at least does avoid the knock-up. But yeah, DRX get the objective. Will look to push it down mid, shaking it off. Rift Herald's in mid.
Not much to stop that, if I'm going to be honest.
Boom.
We'll take the tower. Now look towards Dragon. It's spawning in 30 seconds, so maybe a little early, but by how Dplus is playing the map, I think Dagon isn't too aware. You should.
Yeah, he doesn't know.
Yeah, he's not a knower.
He hasn't heard it enough.
Yeah.
We need to tell him more.
Need to tell him again.
Drift? What's drift, Dagon? Yeah, see, he doesn't know. He's asking.
He's asking. He wants to know what drifting is.
They're just doing Otacon. DK, they're doing the objective. No TP for Showmaker.
Yeah, they've seen it though. And it's going very slowly. You can slow play this and let the stacks build up.
No TP yet.
Oh my.
Showmaker.
No, you can't do this anymore.
Laser field too low.
Stop. This flash
okay.
even.
They're just sticking around. They're just going to culling it down, and it goes to Sintao. They actually get it, and the big ult in the front line is going to take out the Rel already. The follow-up damage, though, is big from DK. But they really need to get a lot out of this fight for it to be worth it for them. Doesn't look like it will be. DRX only lose Sponge.
Discrepancies that were before. And Lucid now looking for Sponge.
Yeah, Sponge, awkward spot, gonna get kicked, but UCal is here, immediately stunned. They try to turn onto Sponge now. The Magnet Storm is big, and Sponge isn't able to do anything as they're all within the circle, and he gets taken out. And now, are they gonna take down Lucid? The answer is absolutely not. Aiming says, well, you can culling, we'll just take your brother down. As they take out UCal. She wasn't even here.
He just doesn't miss these sonic waves.
Siu gives him the big thumbs up, and he's just gonna knock him away. But okay, no stun just yet. Siu still faster.
Just keep running, Siu.
Running towards the turret.
Oh, you're dead.
Flash on in. I don't think Rich had to flash because Laser Field was coming down.
Not about having to flash. It's about sending a message. That's the thing you gotta understand.
Yeah. I guess.
So a little bit of a dub for DRX on the bot side, feeling pretty famine-y compared, not so much feasty. Oh, TP comes in. Rich has ult.
Yeah, Showmaker.
Rich is the carry?
Oh, he's setting up another one. I think Showmaker's just gonna die. Yeah, with the shields. UCal just lives.
Guys, is Rich just the carry?
Yeah.
It's like Sunfire, right? It's not. It just procs such a much longer range, like that, like it was proc on barrel.
Oh, big damage on a Sponge. Siu a little bit behind the play, though, and a really nice Braum knockup to prevent the damage from coming in after barrel engages. And so now DRX in a good spot here in this fight as well. Rich he is untouchable. Lucid has to go in onto the Scion just to get away, but he's running straight at UCal. And another slow is going to come down. DK sticking around for this one. TP coming down. And yeah, they're just gonna abandon ship. Very interesting.
Wait,
he's the carry. Okay, he's here.
Look at him chop.
Oh,
got the cannon.
Cannon, that was close.
Yeah. Not beating Sponge for damage taken though. He's leading the charge there.
It's fantastic for disengage, by the way.
Yeah,
we're just doing it.
9k HP. Sponge can definitely get here. Will Dplus do anything about it, or will they just send it? I feel like it's a send it angle.
Just send it for the Instagram, I think.
Send it. It's oh, short wall.
They're caught behind the wall. Lucid gonna get it though, and he gets out as well. And yeah, he gets over to the Krugs. He's totally fine. I think Showmaker's not.
He's the sacrifice.
That's fine.
They expect one of us in the wreckage, brother.
All right, Showmaker. Yeah. Well. They get the consolation prize, and they give the kill over to UCal.
Yo, Tibbins is beating him.
50 gold, too.
I think it was honestly probably a similar time. Although maybe it was a bit... I don't know, man. Stop quizzing me on this stuff. Some good poke?
Yeah, good poke here. Even the Lee Sin Q's doing a decent amount of damage.
Lucid does want to go in, but it's very dangerous.
I feel like they should have started this much earlier and set up a wall. Like, they might just get it anyway, as yeah, it's Cloud Soul, Lucid a bit late to the party. And now we got the setup here. Looks like Andal gonna hold up the door, but nobody else is really able to get in. Very nice kick to set this one up as the Scion. We will really test if we can kill the Scion. I think eventually with 5 people on him, they will. So DK win the fight, but they lose the soul.
Oh! The unending despair nearly killed him there.
Yeah.
I think Dplus, they can't end. I say tentatively.
A tentative I
I don't think they can end.
She was really strong.
Handles up. No, they can't end. I'll say with a bit more confidence than I had 2 seconds ago.
Yeah.
Does not work on Brom's shield, you know? So a little bit misleading.
Okay, we're just going in. Sponge kicked over the wall. Walking Smite is not living very long, and he's just dead.
Yep.
You know, Lee Sin really good at getting inside the Crescent Guard.
Yeah, I also
Funnily
think that if you look at the KDA and the items and the gold and stuff, not surprised Lucid won that fight. At all. He was the walking Smite. He is not walking anymore. Rich is in.
UCal sending it.
Showmaker's on a flank.
Okay. Maybe gonna kill Barrel here, and they do. Meanwhile, Showmaker is very far behind, zoning everybody away.
Yeah, he can't kill Rich.
Offering himself as sacrifice once again. He's pretty fast. No, he's not fast anymore.
Just let him go.
It is Baron here for DK.
Whoa.
Rich?
I think they actually can just kill you, by the way.
Yeah. I don't know about this one, Rich. Yeah, he's just dead. And a nice shock blast from Shu to finish it off for a moment.
What did DRX have? The walking Smite. They just need to survive for a minute 40 and get the walking Smite into the Elder Pit, okay?
No, I don't think you're winning.
It's one of those art of the deal moves, you know?
Yeah.
One of the greatest. And Lucid's on the flank. Guys, protect the walking Smite. He is the objective.
He's about to aggro onto the objective. He might be able to get in there.
Yeah, DRX feels very disjointed at TPing it. Oh, it's a flip. It's happening.
UCal's got a great angle here for a wall. Well, he's going to put up a wall, but Lucid's in. And it's just going to leash. And aggro in. Sponge. Keep him alive. And he'll do the job.
No, the
no! Oh, but he's able to survive in the Crescent Guard. They can't take him down, and they get the Rel. And now Xiu taking a massive amount of damage as well. Lucid desperate to do something, but DRX are just winning the fight. Xiu comes back from the dead, but it doesn't matter. He's dead again. And now they can just push bot and end the game.
They don't even need the walking Smite. He just fought. The Smite wasn't needed. They managed to succeed on the mission. They managed to get it done. DRX gonna be able to close this one out, and Dplus focused on the Elder, end up losing the fight. The 167 Xin Zhao who could. A man with a mission.
Quest complete. They did it. 10 seconds on Barrel is not enough. And it's just done. They're down golds. Doesn't matter. And we're on the DK side of Wall Park right now. It's very quiet as they are stunned by this loss here in Game 2. They should take down Barrel because, well, might as well boost your stats, and that they will. The Nexus goes down, and we will have a Game 3.
But yeah, I expect this is going to be it. We'll see if there's a last-second swap. For the laning phase, I mean, the Camille's going to have a bit of a rough time in either situation, but I think it makes more sense to have it this way around.
Yeah. Well, that's not fair either.
Yeah. Just smash those hot dogs.
You just ate them. Looks like it does go the way of Sponge, and now, oh, the belly boop. Get out of here. And now Showmaker's going in, and he is quite tanky, but the follow-up finally does come down. First blood does go to the Gragas, but immediately Lucid going to pick up a kill.
And they'll just have flash.
Yeah. Just waiting to hold it. And there it is. Oh! Okay, he's fine. He's got 2 solid damage dealers. And Galio does a bit of AP on the side. You know, it kind of plays itself.
Oh, speaking of which.
Yeah, here we go. There it is, the Camille and the Galio. Rich not really able to do anything. He is going to flash, though, and the damage is still there. The follow flash comes through from Shiwu, and that is another kill over to DK.
Honestly,
yeah.
Like, if you're behind on gold, you might just be getting ulted on cooldown, so we'll see how it goes for this.
Yeah.
And we're not just going to beard a flick. Bigger flip the beard.
Well, we're engaging here on aiming. The flash is avoided, and aiming gets out of the charm, but it's not really going to matter. The damage is still there. TP does come in. Aiming still incredibly low, and they're chasing Sponge down on the bottom side. The turnaround is there for DK. A Showmaker just keeping up with you, Cal.
Dead.
Waiting for his cooldowns. And eventually, with the taunt coming in, and a couple more hits.
Oh,
and
one more cooldown, anything.
An Infuriate ability.
I think.
And yeah, that should be enough. There you go. They finally did it. And DK got 4 kills in that fight. Yeah, getting the scraps, you know? Get it? Because it's Nefiri.
Sorry, you'll have to explain that one to me.
Yeah, so like the dog eats the scraps from like the table, right?
He's actually a hot dog.
Yeah, so Beryl might just be dead, which I suppose he will enjoy. Yeah, the Q comes down and UCal just gets a kill. Meanwhile,
you know, I think sometimes for other players I wonder what he was doing there, you know?
yeah.
She was getting a little bit cooked there. Does kind of need to recall if he wants to TP into this fight.
Actually cooked. Now they engage on a Lucid who doesn't have cooldowns, but he's got a Galio, and he goes untargetable, but the damage comes through, and he's the main target, or rather the main carry, and now he's out of the fight. It's LazyFeel. Just Beryl trying to get a kill on Ondel. It's not going to happen. Meanwhile, LazyFeel and UCal trying to land this here on a Galio. There it is with the charm, and that's another kill over to UCal. DRX in a good spot.
Think about this, right? Rich just completely cooked Chiu in the top lane, so she was not going to be able to TP, right? Yeah? You follow?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know Chiu can't TP. Why are you still trying to fight this? Oh, now he's TPing. Okay. Well,
yeah.
Rich is probably... Is he dead? He's got flash.
It was Ocean! Neither of us were right. Rich is... Yeah, he's dead. So... But, well, UCal's up here getting the turret.
The chance of being right was 50-50, so, you know, it just cooks you all.
Yeah.
So maybe just don't be there, just back away, is my suggestion.
It's a good suggestion, but I think that Lucid just feeling very strong, 3-0. He's
also a potential dive here on a Rich.
UCal is just consistently hanging out in top lane. Equalizer clears the wave.
They do have Herald, so...
Yeah. Should be just turret for turret. Looks like. UCal did it alone. DK had to use Rift Herald and a lot of their team.
Yeah, it was first turret for the side of DRX. Like, it just gave the stats and gold and XP, so like, it didn't help you end the game. So games would go really long and no one could end.
So this time, I don't think the belly boop is going to help very much. Ondel doesn't even bother to flash.
Given it?
Yeah. I mean, it's just one Ocean Drake after all. Lucid has other ideas as he goes untargetable, has to flash over the wall. Meanwhile, Ondel getting very low. Flash in from aiming just to try to kill a Gragas, but now they've got the combo. They find LazyFeel, but the knockup doesn't get him, but he's still trapped. And no, he's going to live actually for a little bit. And then he goes down as Rich is in a bit of trouble, and the chains are going to hit Sponge actually, who gives up his life for his top laner. DK are able to convert this into a very nice fight. Combo in onto UCal, and Beryl will just take the kill and even survive here up against Rich. So DK, another kill on the board.
Good amount of kills for Dplus. They do lose out on the feats of strength. They do lose out on the dragon.
Well, there's the turret. Goes down.
You know, Baron and not a counter up. And I think that makes it really difficult for teams because it's like...
we're just ulting in on a Rich. This is going very deep for the Rumble.
Well, they got the tower.
Yeah. Zoning ult from Lucid.
Lucid's pretty low now, though.
We can do Otacon.
I mean,
is what they say.
Pretty far.
They're doing a lot of damage. And Chain's gonna hit onto UCal. He's in a lot of trouble. And they just look for that mid laner. And now it's a flip. Guess what? We're flipping objectives again. And it goes the way of DK this time. As the 50-50 goes to Lucid. And now they still have the combo. The ult saves him for just a second. And now Rich is like, well, I lost my team. I guess I'll just walk towards DK and hope to join them. Sponge.
He's trying to join the jungle camps, I guess.
He's like, those wolves are pretty strong. I should try to join them.
Look, as we talked about earlier, we gave it a little bit of a lesson on statistics. I don't know if you remember last game, but the last objective that was a flip.
And, I mean, they got the win. They finally broke the streak. 6 in a row. Losses, and now vision control.
Brendan, there's a lot of things we don't have to do. But they wanted, they would like to do those things, okay?
Yeah.
They wanted to flip Otacon.
Clearly, yeah. As we saw.
It's exciting, right?
It was.
Doesn't it get your blood pumping when you're like, hey, we could just throw the game right now if this goes wrong?
They are not very risk averse.
You know why they do that? Because they could have gotten the win. They could have flipped the right way.
Even if they got Otacon, there's no guarantee they win. LazyVille.
Doesn't that make it exciting?
It was very exciting. There wasn't a lot of action before that, but now there's a lot of action in favor of DK. So that's what they went for. UCal gonna get ulted here. Sponge barely surviving, but UCal not for very long, and he goes down too to aiming to sniping him, and now you're not getting away from this composition. Lucid looking to take out LazyVille. Actually gonna lose the fight.
Showmaker, he's got this, land the Q.
Oh,
That's
he's
cheating,
flashing.
that's cheating.
Yeah. Actually cheating.
You have to throw the Q.
Yep.
I'm not gonna allow that one.
Either way, I think the game is just over. Just
Yeah.
like that. One Otacon flip into Baron into game. DK win. That's the story of this one, guys. And Ondil find a little bit of time. But yeah, he's dead.
I have to pick a POM.
Good luck with that. So yeah, DK, the favored team, they win tonight. That's what we can take away from this one. The 2-1 victory. You see, there's not a lot of big smiles on their faces. More like relief on the face of Lucid.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.